Hello and welcome to News on NTA International. I'm Chiazalam Eki. First, the headlines. President Buhari, as chairman of ECOWAS heads of government, sends Minister of Foreign Affairs to Guinea-Bissau ahead of upcoming elections there. 15-member committee set up to arrange inauguration of the upcoming 9th National Assembly. Nigeria and Ghana to collaborate on measures to check trans-border crimes. And 3 persons died, 30,000 others evacuated in cyclone disaster in Mozambique. President Muhammadu Buhari is in London, United Kingdom, on a private visit. President Buhari left Abuja Thursday after a working visit to Maiduguri, Borno State, northeast Nigeria, where he inaugurated some developmental projects executed by Governor Kashim Shettima. The president is expected back in the country on the 5th of May 2019. President Muhammadu Buhari, in his capacity as chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State, has directed Minister of Foreign Affairs Jeffrey Onyama to undertake an urgent mission as his special envoy to Guinea-Bissau in the company of ECOWAS Commission President Jean-Claude Brau. President Buhari had, in response to an urgent request for assistance by the government of Guinea-Bissau, graciously approved support to the country's election process, including 350 units of electro kits, 10 motorcycles, 5 Hilux vans, 2 light trucks, and $500,000. A statement by Garba Shehu, Senior Special Assistant to the President of Media and Publicity, says this vital assistance ensures that legislative elections held in Guinea-Bissau, which should help in stabilizing the country. In a separate development, Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Minister will also undertake a mission to Cotonou, Benin, to deliver a personal message to President Patrice Talon. From President Buhari, the visit is in the context of the brewing political crisis ahead of April 28, 2019 legislative elections in the country. And preparatory to the inauguration of the 9th National Assembly, the clerk to the National Assembly, Sani Omolori, has inaugurated a 15-member committee with a mandate to diligently ensure smooth exercise. National Assembly correspondent Kenneth Nanim reports.
It is the tradition since the return to democratic governance for the clerk to the National Assembly to constitute a committee to ensure smooth inauguration of senators and members of the House of Representatives at the beginning of every tenure of the National Assembly. For the 9th National Assembly, a 15-member committee is saddled with that responsibility, and the clerk to the National Assembly, Sani Omolori, is quick to remind them of the task ahead.
There's a lot that you need to do in order to welcome them, in order to make them feel the impact on the environment. As you very well know, first experience matters a lot. And if we did not welcome them well, or did not put everything in place that facilitates the smooth takeoff, the smooth inauguration, then we'll be casting aspersions on our capabilities and abilities. But I trust that you people will live up to expectation, and I trust that you people are going to do what you have to do.
Clerk of the Senate, Nelson Ayawo, who is the chairman of the committee, pledged total commitment to the assignment.
We need the enormous task that is before us. We put in our very best so as not to fail the institution and not to fail you, sir.
The 9th National Assembly is to be inaugurated in June this year. From the National Assembly, Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
And to environmental issues now, Nigeria requires sustainable short, medium and long-term environmental policies to slow down the alarming rates of desert encroachment in the country. Members of the Society of Landscape Architects advocated this at their 4th annual conference in Abuja, noting its importance for food security and human survival. Mitara Ikbe tells us more.
More than half of Nigeria's landmass across 15 states is being threatened by desertification at a 6% encroachment rate annually. Once fertile lands are now becoming dry and dusty. Experts project that about 62 million Nigerians are directly or indirectly affected by desertification challenges. Nigeria's landscape architects attribute the problems largely to poor land use and call for remediation.
We must have other contingency plans. You must talk about settlement pattern. You must talk about agricultural practices. You must look at what we call agronomic map. If you go to America and you want to do a job, first of all, you must look for the agronomic map, which classify different types of soil for different purposes.
There are now technologies that have been developed whereby trees are fed with water underground. And once you are able to establish these trees and you are feeding them with water on the ground, not on the surface where the water evaporates, you find out that the trees within a number of years will be able to be established.
Sensitization against deforestation and poor farming practices were also advocated.
You need to provide alternative means to energy, especially at the local level when you have tree falling that is really quite prominent.
The landscape architects were unanimous that government must tackle desertification, flooding and erosion to protect and boost gains being recorded in the agricultural sector. In Abuja, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
Into security issues now, the National Boundary Commission has set up 3 committees with members drawn from Ebonyi and Benue states as part of measures to end lingering land disputes between the 2 states. Kingsley Okoro reports that the event which took place in Abakaliki had the Director General of the National Boundary Commission and the representatives of the 2 states in attendance.
The 3 committees are Inter-Community Peace Committee, Inter-Local Government Peace Committee, and Technical Committee with representatives of National Boundary Commission and Subject General of both states. The Acting Director General of National Boundary Commission, Mr. Adamu Adaji, urged the committees to work tirelessly to ensure fairness in the discharge of their duties towards restoring a lasting peace among the 2 states.
Members will take that challenge and work with the fear of God, patriotically, and ensure that peace returns to the communities of Aguilar and Go of Benue and Ebonyi states.
The acting governor of Benue State, Mr. Benson Abunu, and Deputy Governor of Ebonyi State, Dr. Kelechi Igwe, expressed their commitment in ensuring that peace returns to the area. They further urged the committees to make sacrifices in the interest of both states.
I'm here to ensure that there is peace. Peace and nothing but peace. Oh, and Aguilar people, have they not been living together for ages?
Soon as you understand yourselves as one people, the job will become as easy as ABC. So I therefore charge you in the name of my governor to discharge your responsibilities with diligence, dispassionately, courageously, and with the fear of God.
Some of the community leaders of Ekwashimbo, Habu Council area of Ebonyi State and Gila of Benue State appeal to the National Boundary Commission to fast-track the demarcation as the crisis has put the people of the area in untold hardship. In Abakaliki, Kingsley Okoro, NTA News.
And the Nigerian Army has approved the posting and appointments of some of its senior officers. Those affected include Major General S.Z. Kazare, former Director of National Youth Service Corps, who has been redeployed to the Nigerian Army Resource Center and appointed as Senior Resource Person. Brigadier General C.A. Bosman from the Nigerian Army Archives Command School Services is now appointed as Director Command School Services, while Brigadier General E. Angaye is to serve as Acting Director of Veterans. Nigerian Army approves Posting Affairs Department. Brigadier General B.A. Tosho is moving from Army Headquarters Department of Civil Military Affairs to Nigerian Army Language Institute, where he is appointed as Commandant. Others affected in the posting are Brigadier General A.A. Goni from 82 Division Education to Army Headquarters Department of Civil Military Affairs, and appointed as Director Information. Brigadier General F.C. Onyari from the Headquarters Nigerian Army Supply and Transport Defense Headquarters as Acting Director Catering. Brigadier General S. Ibrahim from Nigerian Army University, BU, has been appointed the new Director General, National Youth Service Corps. Appointed as Director also is Brigadier General S.S. Ibrahim. the Registrar, Nigerian Army University, BU. A statement by the Acting Director, Army Public Relations, Colonel Sagri Musa, indicates that the postings and appointments are with immediate effect. The Nigerian Army has observed with dismay video clips circulating on social media showing some people exhibiting inhuman treatment to their captives. A statement by the Acting Director, Army Public Relations, Colonel Sagri Musa, indicates that having examined the video and conducted investigation, the Army noted that the characters involved in the act are not personnel of the Nigerian Army, stressing that cruel punishment is not part of the Army standard of operating procedures in situations. Worthy to note is the fact that the camouflage in the video is not the Nigerian Army's uniforms, while troops are not allowed to wear bathroom slippers and other outfits during operations. The statement notes that captured terrorists are prosecuted, while those that voluntarily surrendered are undergoing de-radicalization and rehabilitation under the federal government program, codenamed Operation Safe Corridor. Members of the public are requested to note that the barbaric acts are often associated with terrorists as punishment to their members with the aim of instilling fear in the public, which is the major objective of terrorism. And still staying with security, the Nigerian police force is ready to tackle all forms of crimes in Bauchi State with the inauguration of Operation Puff Adder. Bauchi State Commissioner of Police Ali Jangar, at the inauguration of the special operation theme, noted that the Nigerian police has been repositioned to checkmate the excesses of criminal elements. Mohammed Ibn Mohammed reports.
These are members of the newly inaugurated Operation Puff Adder that consists of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, Special Protection Unit, the Counter-Terrorist Unit, the Police Rapid Response Squad, and personnel of the conventional police force. These officers and men of the Nigeria Police Force are now charged with the responsibilities of checkmating criminal acts such as armed banditry, kidnapping, cattle rustling, and thuggery, amongst other crimes in Bauchi State.
The aim of this operation is to tackle crimes affecting the state such as Sarasuka, kidnapping, armed robbery, cultism, and activities of barbaric groups, among other crimes, and to also prevent influence of criminal elements to the state.
Already, the Puff Adder team has arrested 39 suspects in connection with various offenses and recovered arms and hard drugs. In Bauchi, Mahmoud Ibn Muhammad, NTA News.
And away from security, corruption in public procurement processes has always reduced the value for money in appropriation to about 40%. This came to the fore at the 2019 Bureau of Public Procurement Retreat for Federal Permanent Secretaries. And Debola Brooklyn-Sande has details.
Public procurement has been described as the best means of guaranteeing the provision of public goods and expenditure management to the citizens. The convergence of these permanent secretaries and other key players in the value chain is to further understand the guidelines and policies of public procurement as tools for good governance and accountability.
Center of Excellence.
Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode represented urged them to learn more on effective management of budget implementation in their various ministries, departments, and agencies.
Against avoidable errors or necessary delays in the execution of public projects.
For the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Winifred Oyoita, procurement officers must follow the footsteps of President Muhammadu Buhari, who is known the world over as anti-corruption champion, to ensure a better service delivery to Nigerians.
Is a call to probity, accountability, competition for value for money, and quality in the expenditure of public funds.
Director General of the Bureau, Mamman Amadou, assured Nigerians of due diligence in its efforts to take in the process to the next level.
This new drive should take us to the stage of setting performance measures and set targets for ourselves that should be reviewed and assessed periodically for continuous improvement.
The retreat, which is the 9th in the series, is aimed at taking the nation to the path of greatness.
Speedy passage of annual budget to hasty implementation and enforcement of appropriate sanctions on defaulters of the Public Procurement Act are some of the recommendations made by resource persons at the forum. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday, NTA News.
And now, Olainka Ojo brings us an update of developments in the financial sector.
Welcome to Business News. The African Development Bank's active portfolio in Nigeria has risen to 60 operations with total commitments of $4.5 billion. The bank said these comprise 28 public sector operations with total commitments of $1.7 billion and 34 non-sovereign operations with total commitments of $2.8 billion. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation and its exploration and production subsidiary, the Nigerian Petroleum Development Company Limited, are set to unveil the largest liquefied petroleum gas and propane storage and dispensing facility in the country. The facility, to be sited in Benin City, Edo State, is an extension of the integrated gas handling facility plant and has the capacity to dispense 330 tons of liquefied petroleum gas and 300 tons of propane daily. British wholesale gas price rose on Friday morning as forecast for cooler weather lifted demand. And that's it on the segments of the news. I am Olainka Ojo.
This is the news on NTA International, reaching you from Abuja. There'll be more reports after the break. Don't go away.
If you travel around the world, you will find out that there is no place like Nigeria. Beautiful, peaceful, very warm and friendly climate all year round. Largest concentration of black people in the world. Hospitable, vibrant and happy people. There is no place like Nigeria. A land of opportunities. The biggest window in the world of business and investments. Extremely rich in multicultural diversity. There is no place like Nigeria.
Nigeria, good people, great nation.
Glad to know you're still there. President Muhammadu Buhari felicitates with former Minister of Information and Culture, Prince Tony Momoh, on his 80th birthday. The president joins the media industry in celebrating the former minister's contributions to the growth of journalism in Nigeria, particularly his visionary role of advocating integration of communication strategies in development plans and implementations. In a statement by Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, President Buhari extols Prince Momoh's courage in delving into politics and providing strong leadership as chairman of the Congress for Progressive Change and serving earlier as the chairman of Media and Publicity for the All Nigeria's People's Congress campaign organization for many years. The president believes the former minister's sacrifice for growth of the democracy and journalism in Nigeria will be remembered by posterity, encouraging him to always stick to the progressive ideals that have brought him recognition and encomiums and continue to inspire younger leaders in same path. President Buhari praised that the Almighty God will reward Prince Momoh for his goodness to country and mankind and grant him longer life, good health and joy. The war against hate speech and divisive statement plaguing the country is being given utmost attention as the Nigerian Television Authority and National Institute for Public Relations partner to support the federal government in ending the menace. Ruth Aguele reports on efforts to further strengthen this collaboration.
It's no news how hate speech, unguarded utterances, and statements instigate division and disaffection among the citizenry, leading to violence and eventually loss of lives and property. Experiences from the electioneering campaign show that so much damage can be done if issues of hate speech perpetrated on the social media are not quickly addressed. This is among reasons the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations seeks collaboration with the Nigerian Television Authority to inculcate the right attitude among people for peaceful coexistence.
We felt that we need to appeal to the conscience of Nigerians. The tonality of our language will be those that heal our wounds, will be those that binds us together.
The Executive Director of Marketing, Abdulhamid Dembos, who stood in for the Director General NTA, says the authority remains resolute in promoting national unity and cohesion in all its programming.
There will never come a time when the entire populace of this country will sit down to say, okay, we Nigerians will be changing from today. It has to start from the individual. Yeah. So the fact that we are lamenting on this means that we are ready for those changes.
Meanwhile, an arm of persons with special needs was also at NTA, preparatory to the United Nations Global Conference to address challenges of persons with disability.
It will be happening for the very first time in Africa. Is a UN organ that is set up to look at the issues of persons with disability.
To educate and entertain the general public on programs and all projects that are geared towards ensuring the protection of human rights.
The conference is expected to draw delegates from all countries around the world. In Abuja, Ruth Aguela, NTA.
With rising concerns about trans-border crimes within the West African sub-region, the Nigerian Ghanaian authorities are seeking collaborative measures aimed at tackling regional crimes common across both countries. This indication was made when the Ghanaian High Commissioner Alhaji Rashid Bawa visited the Cross River State Command of the Nigerian Immigration Service. Omo Obasedet has details.
Trafficking, cyber crimes, amongst others. Ghanaian High Commissioner Alhaji Bawa said through collaborative measures, sponsors of these crimes would be brought to book, thereby bringing an end to such crimes.
The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and that of the Republic of Ghana are so keen and committed to ensuring that the relation between Ghana and Nigeria will grow from strong to strength and to ensure that we do benefit from the enormous resources that are between these two countries.
Cross River State Comptroller of the Nigerian Immigration Services, Felix Uche, assured of an improved relationship with the Ghanaian authority.
Here in this command, we shall continue to live in harmony with all the Ghanaians and all.
Authorities in Kano have launched an investigation into the activities of 6 air handlers of the National Aviation Handling Company and an accomplice for planting illicit drugs and the luggages of passengers to Saudi Arabia. The suspected cartels working at the international wing of the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport were apprehended following an arrest of a Nigerian lady in Saudi Arabia in possession of hard drugs in her luggage. Mansur Aliu Hassan reports that officials of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Malam Aminu Kano International Airport Command, confirmed the incident and the suspects will soon be charged to court. Nigerian delegation to the Second Belt and Road Forum led by Minister of Finance Zainab Ahmed is in agreement with China Development Bank for the financing of the Lekki Deep Sea Port in Lagos. The letter of intent was signed in Beijing for soft loan agreement to help connect West Africa to the Chinese government's Economic Development Initiative. Julaita Aino reports.
Nigeria's participation in the Second Belt and Road Forum has yielded its fruits with financing agreements reached at the CEO conference for the Lekki Deep Sea Port. This port is expected to connect West Africa to the 21st century maritime Silk Road, the Belt and Road, through Lagos, Nigeria. To ensure soft loan financing for this project, Minister of Finance Zainab Ahmed and Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi were accompanied by the Nigerian ambassador to China, Baba Ahmed Jida, to the China Development Bank CDB complex in Beijing. After reception by CDB Vice President Jiang Shuguan, their mission was accomplished with the signing of letter of intent for the Lekki Seaport.
It means that the bank is looking at the possibility of financing that project. It's a very important project because we don't have a deep sea port in Nigeria, so it will be the first to really help in handling of cargo and increase trade in and out of our country.
Estimated to cost about $1.5 billion, the Lekki Deep Sea Port is located within the Lagos Free Trade Zone.
It's a huge investment that will take huge cargo vessels. So those 16-meter vessels that go to berth at Benin will no longer go to berth at Benin. They will not be berthing in Nigeria.
Chairman Lekki Seaport Abiodun Dabiri estimates early completion of the project expected to generate about 170,000 jobs. From Beijing, China, Julieta Aino, NTA News.
And powerful cyclone Kenneth kills 3 people in Mozambique barely a month after a superstorm in the country. Joyce Ometu brings details and other news outside Nigeria.
A cyclone called Kenneth has wrecked northern Mozambique, leaving about 3 persons dead barely a month after Cyclone Idai slammed the country. Cyclone Kenneth, at a speed